We are sitting around Parliament Square, Big Ben, House of Commons over there. It's busy, and there's all these diesel cars chucking out stuff, these vans, these lorries, these taxis. And this is where the real pollution is. A lot of this stuff is low tech, doesn't have particulate filters, and the finger is being pointed at the mummy and her Land Rover Discovery when quite clearly it's here. These are the worst polluters, and BP have got this new fuel, this ultimate diesel, and we did a test. We took 4 TX cabs like this one, and we ran 2 of them on normal diesel, 2 of them on ultimate diesel, then took them back to an MOT station and measured the reduction in smoke and particulates, and the reduction is nearly 47% on average, with one cab reducing their smoke by 83%. Now, to me, that's kind of fairly groundbreaking, fairly sort of, we need to know about this stuff, we need to get this stuff into these cars, into the market. That's what Ken Livingstone should be doing. He should be saying, okay, all vehicles coming into London, if you run on this stuff that reduces the black smoke and the particulates, I'll give you a moratorium on your congestion charge. Am I hearing that, Henry?
Well, no, I would say they would just sell it. Any fuel stations in London should have to sell it.
Well, everywhere. Why not reduce the duty?
Yeah, well, I presume I don't know, does it cost more, or is it the same?
Yeah, it does. It's about 4 or 5p more. And that's fine, because they've spent millions and millions making this stuff. They're entitled to a profit. But where is the government help? Where's the fiscal incentives for us to buy this stuff, to buy green charge cars? It's not there. That's a huge irony for me, Harry, that the car industry, the fuel industry, they're held up as these satans who are actually withholding technology from the world and the consumer because they want to continue having their competitive advantage. This is absolute moonshine, because what they're actually doing is they are driving the change, coming up with its technology. And I drove this hydrogen Ford Explorer a while ago. Fantastic thing, and they've spent $2 million on it, and they'll not see a profit for a decade. So don't give me this stuff that the car industry, the fuel industry aren't doing it. They are driving the big change.
Well, actually, I mean, people did change their cars into diesels. And why did they change into diesels? Suddenly they became incredibly efficient. Suddenly they could see they have a family car, they do 45, 50 to the gallon. So people will react if technology comes along. So it'd be interesting to see how petrol technology is now going to come back at diesel, but that's another story. But the hybrid technology was actually a result of Japan and America not doing diesel. They don't understand diesel.
That's right.
So they want a really efficient vehicle. So they were really only developed for the Japanese and American market because they don't have diesel. Because Europe has adopted diesel with glee.
Yeah, because Italy, France, Germany, they've had it for ages and ages and ages.
They have. And I also saw a report that if America had adopted diesel in the same way that Europe did, its consumption of gasoline would drop by 40%, including the diesel. So because they're so addicted to their big petrol engines, and they just dismiss diesel, and they're all doing
dismissed. Now it's
changing. It is changing. But the hybrid was developed for that market, and it was a bit of a surprise that it took off in Europe, and it's because it's become a cool label. And again, it's a slight bit of ignorance. It isn't as wonderful as we said in part 1. It isn't quite as wonderful as people think, but it wasn't actually for Europe.
No, but it's people, as you say, they think it's cool, they like it, and they embrace it. They'll pay more, as we talked about earlier on. And if you think it's a passing fad, I was talking to a Lexus dealer at the weekend, and he sold 34 cars this month. And it's, I think, Lexus Gatwick. I mean, big operation, 34 cars, that's not bad.
Right.
16 of those, Harry, were the RX 400h.
Well,
16.
It's amazing.
So nearly half the cars he is selling are hybrids.
Well, isn't it interesting that it's actually quite a big car? So it's not the ultimate fuel consumption that's the driver, but that's the cool label kicking in, I'd suggest. Now,
people think, okay, I'm not interested in hybrids, but we have to set an example. And you can't expect China and India to do this clean thing unless we're doing it too. And all you just need is this little push, and this technology will kick in so fast, and it will be so exciting. You have got performance cars, I have got performance cars, and we're not, there are no open toe sandals, there are no caftans, there are no hair shirts, but I just believe the
talk for yourself.
The potential excitement of all this new technology is just incredible.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see what's around the corner next.
And the hybrids, You know, you'll have hybrids that are faster than petrol cars.
Well, yeah.
That are more refined, that are more, you know, quite, all this sort of stuff.
I was with a very high up with Toyota at Goodwood on the Sunday, and he has, every single model in Toyota has to be a hybrid now. He has to develop it with a hybrid version in mind. And they've stopped doing their performance cars. They've pressed the pause button because they're all worried about this averaging, this 140 gram averaging. And he says we're almost there. We need to get the base vehicles in there that are really low consumption, and then we can kick into the sports cars. And God, we got some sports cars for you. And they use the hybrid. It used to be this nitrous injection. You know, this thing the tuners love, and it's the laughing gas, and you inject the engine, and you get a sudden hit of horsepower. Poof, you're off, but it only lasts about 10 seconds. Hybrids are going to do that. You'll see some standing start figures you just won't believe coming. So it has a place in performance, but that's the way. But I just struggle with it as seen in this is the holy grail when there's so many other ways of doing it.